Yeah, they got it bumping.
Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to the latest episode of Boot to the Face, here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host EJ Reed, and we are here to talk about the world of professional wrestling. EJ, you're looking very festive over there with your Christmas sweater on.
What's going on? Yeah, man, I actually grabbed the wrong sweater when I was leaving. This is like a sweater that we had like a couple years ago. We took a family picture, but it's the same color as my Cowboys Christmas sweater, and I grabbed the wrong one when I was packing.
So you're the reason they lost.
Yeah, maybe I jinxed them, man. Yeah, it is what it is.
You been hitting any Christmas parties in Carolina?
South Carolina? No. I went to a fraternity meeting because me and my dad and my nephew are in the same fraternity. So I checked out their chapter's meeting yesterday. They had like a holiday spread with the catering meal, so that was nice. Then went out to dinner with my mom, my dad, and my nephew as well. Yeah. But that's about it. I've only been here since Friday, so far that's the only things I've been doing. How's your weekend been?
Pretty good. We did a Christmas party yesterday that my one of my best friend throws one he threw one every year for like 11 years now. So we went there. It's kind of sad because the Santa Claus that he has that comes every year, cover your kids' ears. Santa Claus got cancer and like his beard and hair and all that shit's gone. So he didn't get to make it last night. But they paid one of their kids' friends to dress up like the Grinch. So he was fucking roaming around causing havoc, and it was a lot of fun, man. Nate's they put on a good party. It's like a cantina, so it's Mexican food for a Christmas party. Everybody's all dressed up. Yeah, everybody's all dressed up. So me and Tab, of course, showed up in onesies, and everybody was jealous that we did that and they were dressed up. So I think next year it might be a lot more people in fucking Christmas pajamas when they get there.
It's the same onesies that y'all had your holiday photos?
Yeah, because we went to buy onesies and they were fucking sold out everywhere. Everybody's like, we don't have any Christmas stuff. We're on the fucking January. Like, it's not even Christmas time yet. So yeah, we just wore those, and they had a professional photographer there. Like, they do it pretty big over there. A lot of fucking whiskey. Like, we were making. I was gonna ask,
is it like an adult party? Like a adult?
I mean, people come bring their kids. You cannot bring your kids. Like, their kids are there, obviously, because they live there. So there was, but everybody's kids are a little older. I think the youngest kid there was like a baby. There was a baby, and there was a like a
hold on. You said everybody's kids older. You said the youngest kid was a baby.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was saying everybody else's kids are older, but there was two young kids. There was like a 4-year-old and there was a baby. Everybody else, their kids are like 10 and up.
Okay.
Yeah. So kids fucking
kids older too.
Yeah, they ran around fucking doing their thing, causing trouble, and left the adults alone, and we all just kind of hung out. And my best friend David was there. Like, I've known these guys for over 20 years, so that's always fun, catching up with everybody. And then he had just this spread of fucking whiskey out there. It was like a bottle of Jack Reserve, a bottle of Jameson, a bottle of Woodford Reserve, a bottle of Crown Peach, a bottle of Jack Honey, a bottle of, there was some kind of ginger bourbon that he had. So
I'm gonna say I'm not a big Tennessee whiskey drink. I never heard of Jack Reserve. Is that any good?
I think that was the name of it. It was Jack something. It was in a weird bottle.
It sounds like almost like their version of like Maker's, like 46.
Yeah, Jack's got a bunch of they got a bunch of weirder ones, but to me Jack Daniel's isn't something that I would spend a shitload of money on for the flavor. Like, to me, Jack is the mix with Coke Zero. You know, like, that's the cheap whiskey bourbon that I buy. Like, if I want to drink something straight or on the rocks, I'll go Woodford or Breckenridge or something like that. But Jack, I'm not paying a lot of money for. The highest quality Jack I go is like Gentleman Jack.
Oh yeah, Gentleman Jack is solid. Like I feel like I put Jim Beam and Jack in the same category. Like if
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink Jim Beam, I'll mix it with some mixed bullshit.
I don't really. I mean, I can drink certain flavors of Jim Beam, but I feel like Jim Beam is just cheap enough that I get hung over on it.
Same with Jack. I feel like if on a bad night you might get hungover on Jack.
Jack gets me drunk, but I'm fine the next day.
Oh really?
They had a little machine that made like cider and hot cocoa and shit. We were outside. He's got this fucking ridiculous outside deck area. Half of it's covered with like a full fucking kitchen out there, and then he's got the uncovered part. So there's 2 fires going. So we were making these little cider drinks, and first we started with Crown Peach and cider, which was good. Then we got to this ginger bourbon that he had, which was phenomenal. Then we tried Jack Honey, and we were both like, it's fucking gross. But we were we were going through it, and before I knew it, I was pretty fucking drunk. Luckily, my girlfriend was driving. She had, she wasn't drinking, so she was just kind of hanging out, waiting on me. About 11:30, it was about an hour away from us. Was the thing. So we got home about midnight 30, and I got home and I'm wearing this fucking onesie, and I remember laying down in the spare bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember going to sleep. So when I woke up, I was like, why are my hands in my pocket? And it's like, oh shit, I still got this fucking onesie on. Like, Tab's gonna be pissed because it probably smells like smoke from sitting on the side of the fire. And I sat up and I didn't recognize the room I was in. I was like, where the fuck am I? It's at like 3 a.m.
Mm.
So it's one of those nights where you wake up and don't really know where the fuck you are.
So were you at your place or were you still at the?
No, I was
party?
at my place. It was just I never slept in the spare bedroom, and I woke up drunk still. Like, woke up fucking freaking out. Like, I didn't know where I was, and then I realized where I was. I got up, took the fucking onesie off, went and made a Gatorade Propel to try to get some electrolytes in my system, and went back to sleep.
Hey, sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I got my holiday mug. I got some holiday spirits in my cup.
Yeah, eggnog. Any eggnog in there?
Evan Williams eggnog.
Nice. I hadn't gotten any nog this year yet, but I'm sure I will. We actually are starting. We go to New Zealand in 60 days from now, so we're starting a little workout thing where you try to eat better, don't drink as much, work out every day, kind of get us ready to go to New Zealand where we know we're gonna eat and drink like shit. So that starts today. It's going through Christmas. I don't know. I do all these little things, and I feel like they keep me like motivated to make sure I'm exercise. I think exercise is the most important part of all of it. Well, obviously diet is, but I always do these little things just to make sure I'm like staying active, because it's real easy to be lazy.
Yeah, I've been like pretty steady active, but for some reason, I think my metabolism might be slowing down a little bit because I need to drop about 15 lbs, and I'm gonna get started in the new year. It's like the heaviest I've been. Yeah, it's the heaviest I've been since pre-pandemic. Like during the pandemic is when I like really started hitting it again and dropped a bunch of like relationship weight I had at the time. But yes, I need to drop like 15. I'll get on it.
I don't even know what I'm trying to drop anymore. I think my thing now is just fucking stay active and stay able to fucking. Between my job and getting older, I'm just like, as long as I can keep lifting weights heavy and moving around, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, sometimes it's not really productive to keep staring at the scale. As long as if you feel good, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, and at my age, I say like I'm like 60, but like it's harder to lose weight, and it's so easy to fucking gain it. Like if I keep looking at the scale all the time, because there was a time where I was pretty heavy, but I felt way better. Like during that 75 hard shit and right after, like I felt good, better than I felt in a long time, but the scale wasn't really moving that much. So Just do what you do. Do what makes you happy, I guess.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, speaking of getting happy, man, let's there was somebody that was really happy on Tuesday night. They probably shouldn't have been happy, and that's one Thea Hail, your new women's North American champion on NXT. The internet was ablaze about this, and everybody had an opinion. It's our first time talking about it, EJ. Because we're not in wrestling, right? Like, we just watch it. And I hate when people that are just fans kind of try to talk all these technicalities and shit like that. But let's do our best. Whose fault do you think this was?
I have no clue. And to give you like a background on, because did you watch it live? Because I was watching it live.
I had it on my phone while we were watching a Christmas movie, I think, and I was just kind of like glancing down at it.
So I think because I had just picked up some food from like Jimmy John or something. I can't remember if I still had it on my phone or if I had it on the TV. But I had rewound it because I was trying to rewatch something. So I was like 10 seconds behind. And as soon as she did like the little cannonball, I'm like, let me fast forward. And then once I fast forward, I'm like, what happened? So I had to rewind it again. I'm like, that's just my luck. Like literally, I was like 10 seconds behind, and I fast forwarded. Once she did that cannonball, and she was holding tight. I'm like, what just happened? Then I rewound it and saw what happened. Whose fault it is, I don't know. Like you said, we're not inside baseball. From what I'm hearing, Blake Monroe got the wind knocked out of her. So I'm guessing it's her fault because they tell the refs kind of like it is like it's a shoot match. So unfortunately, it seems like it's Blake Monroe's fault.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to too. Was everything I've ever listened to with wrestlers when they talk about referees, they tell the referees count it like it's a real fight. Like if they don't kick out, then you fucking count to 3. And she didn't kick out. Like, and people are blaming the referee. They're blaming Thea Hail. Like, shit happens.
How's it Thea Hail's fault? Like,
they're saying she hit her too hard and like damn near knocked her out or whatever. It's like it's fucking wrestling, man. It's not ballet.
Yeah. I mean, you just said what I was gonna say. This ain't ballet. So I mean, shit happens. You got live rounds in there. So I mean, it is what it is. As far as the refs, okay. So the alternative, if it's the ref like hesitated, people were like, "What is the ref doing?" Like,
how many times have we seen that over the years where the referee they're supposed to count to 3, and I guess they fucking forget where they are and say something. I mean, shit. One of the biggest matches I can remember, Kurt Angle versus The Rock going into WrestleMania. Rock bottoms Angle. 1, 2. Angle never fucking kicks out and the referee stops. And The Rock was fucking furious. Fucking picked Kurt Angle up again, rock bottomed him again, and fucking yelled at the ref, count the fucking count. And it fucked up a really good match at the end because that's what you remember. You're like, oh, what a shithead. I think it was Earl Hebner.
He's a good ref too. I'm surprised he did that.
But shit like that happens when the referees know what the finish is. They get confused just as much as everybody else probably. So kudos to that referee for being like, shit, she didn't kick out. We got a new fucking champ. And kudos to NXT for running with it. She's posting her pictures and shit everywhere. And they immediately went and cut a backstage promo with her. And I think this is going to lead to Jordan Grace's heel turn. Like, they pivoted pretty fucking quick with this. And so you got to give them credit for that.
Looking at the bigger picture of things, they probably shouldn't have just did this in straight up, because I don't want to be that guy, but it just seems like a weird run so far for Blake Monroe. I feel like Mariah may hit different for some reason. I feel like it's a little bit watered down. I feel like fans haven't really latched on to her in the WWE. I don't think this is her like final, form or whatnot. I feel like, she still has time to grow. And sometimes we've seen it time and time before that stuff hits better or, hits different when you get on the main roster than on NXT. But so far, it's been a weird run for Mariah Way. I don't know about your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, my exposure to her wasn't before she got to AEW. So the entire time I've seen her, she was side by side with Toni Storm. When she turned on Toni Storm and she got the title run on her own, the title run really wasn't that good until Toni Storm came back. So
That's a good point.
my experience with her is that without Tony Storm, she don't hit the same, like you said. So that could be it. She's having to sink or swim on her own. And I mean, I don't think Jordan Grace has had the best run since being in WWE. I don't think Julia is nowhere near what I was expecting out of her without having seen her wrestle and only hearing about her. I was expecting way more out of her. Um, Zarya is another one that if it wasn't for the comedy shit she does with Sol Ruka, I feel like she's falling by the wayside too. So they got a lot of people that they're just kind of going through the motions with.
Zario's gonna be pivoted as like or put up there as like the female Brock Lesnar, the way they presented her and whatnot. And like you said, it's more so been like comedy, best friends, buddy cop film and whatnot. But I don't know. So we pointing out all of these examples. Maybe it's not all these girls' faults. Maybe it's Triple H and who we'll probably talk about later, and Shawn Michaels, and the way they like have their favorites and whatnot. Because Sol Ruka deserves it. 'Cause I feel like Sol Ruka's been positioned in a good position. But like you said, you have these all the other talent, and these women are talented. Maybe they're just not put in a position to succeed like that.
I think Mariah May, or you got me doing it now, Blake Monroe is more of a character-driven wrestler than a wrestler. You know what I mean? And NXT, for as much as they try to have character-driven programming, NXT's a wrestling show. Like, they're there to wrestle and learn how to wrestle. And I don't think that's her strongest suit. I think her stuff is more character-based. So that's probably why she's quote-unquote struggling in NXT.
I feel like she could go. She's not like Becky Lynch or something in the ring. I feel like she could go in the ring. Like you don't
But
have to have her as polished as, or you don't have to coach her up as much as you do a lot of those other NIL products and whatnot.
yeah, but when wrestling's the one thing she's doing, like it's not like she's getting a lot of mic time and getting able to develop her character. Like, besides her sitting in the fucking mirror before she comes out, like what exactly do we know about her? Like, what emotionally ties you to Blake Monroe?
They had her do like a lot of vignettes with in the bathtub and whatnot. They
Okay,
kind
so
of
we want to see her naked. All right. So and then
hey,
when they wrestle, nobody gives a fuck, and you wonder why. Because now everybody just wants to see her naked. They don't give a fuck about her wrestling.
you complaining about that?
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's what it is. Like that's why we have no emotional connection to her, because her vignettes are her in a bathtub. Like that doesn't tell me anything. Why does she want to be champion? Why is she in NXT? Is she coming to take over? Does she want to get to the main roster? Like there's no depth to her. And then
If
when
you
you
had
ring
to-
the bell, she's not awful, but she's not the best. Like she doesn't do anything flashy. She's like a mechanic.
If you had to pin, what would you do with her then?
I would have told her not to leave AEW.
Well,
I'm serious.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, that's been her childhood dream to go to WWE. So you can't tell her that.
Right. I don't think she was ever gonna be a good fit with WWE. Put her on the main roster right now. She's on Monday Night Raw. Where does she fit in with Rhea Ripley,
I don't
Becky
know.
Lynch,
I think she's
Stephanie
better than.
Fouquet?
I think she's better than Tiffy Time, to be honest.
Oh no, not in the ring.
I think Tiffany's a little bit overrated in the ring. She could go. I like Sol Ruka over Tiffany even right now.
I'll take
the
that.
ring.
I'll buy all the Sol Ruka stock you sell.
So I don't know. I'm hoping like this is not a good look in the public perception. I'm sure people backstage understood what happened and they won't dock her for that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where she goes from here. And I'm hearing that they had to tear up the paper and rewrite stuff to fit in her losing the title. And I'm sure they weren't happy about that.
I mean, they could just have her win the title back.
Yeah, it seems like that's simple, but
Yeah,
I'm hearing
ain't
that
big
they
a fucking deal.
but I'm hearing that they shot stuff before she lost the title. So I don't know. It is what
Shit
it is.
happens.
That's
Maybe
their
you
dumb-
shouldn't plan so far ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's their dumb fault. Shooting
Yeah.
so much stuff ahead of time. So I don't know. Hopefully she'll bounce back.
Or they could have taken advantage of it. She's saying she kicked out. Obviously she didn't. They could have made it a controversial finish and fucking had them do a rematch and have her beat her. And there you go. We're same thing. But
Yeah, they could have did it at the same show. They could have did it at the same show.
just restart the match. Ava could have came out there and restarted the match.
Yeah, you gotta think on your feet, think on your toes.
What sucks in all this is that Thea Hail's first title win comes with all this bullshit around it.
Yeah.
So the first time she ever won a wrestling title, including in WWE or anywhere else, is surrounded by all this bullshit and controversy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But you could kind of recreate or redo the magic if she does the just straight up women's title. You know, it's the secondary title, but I get what you're saying. The first title ever, you want to have it more clean than that. But you could recreate it with the women's title.
You could. Ricky Saints is a heel now in NXT. When that happened? How did I miss that?
Yeah, you didn't see the title match between Javon Evans and Obafemi?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I'm saying I missed when he just decided he's a heel now.
He caused Javon the title match, and then next weekend he was popping his shit. Well, he's better off as a heel. I mean,
Big time. And Oba. Oh, who's Oba in the ring with this week?
I watched NXT, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I know
he came
Ricky
out.
Saints,
He came out. He came out. So Oba came out after Slater won the match.
Okay. Ricky Saints and Javon Evans. That's what I wanted to get to. I think this is gonna be a good little feud. I feel like Javon's got to win though.
Why?
It takes a lot of losses. I just saw a stat today that said he's 0-12 in title matches.
He's Teflon, not Teflon, but he's still young where he could bounce back. I feel like you got to go now with Ricky. Whatever you think he could do and whatever you think his ceiling is, it has to be, reached now. Because Javon, you got him for the next 20, 25 years if you want to, if he doesn't get any injuries or anything.
Yeah,
but
but he ain't
Ricky,
gonna be able to do the type of shit he's doing now for the next 20, 25 years. He's gonna have to develop a different style.
look, I mean, I don't want to compare him because we know that demons that Jeff Hardy has, but Jeff Hardy hasn't modified his style that much.
It don't look the same. That Swanton bomb's more like a fall off the top rope than a jump.
Yeah, but still, he can still do what he does 15 years, maybe not 20.
Shout out to Leon Slater winning the number one contender match for the NXT title.
That's crazy to me because he's signed to a different company. So you're basically telling us this is just another match to give Obafemi another scalp, basically, because y'all barely let the NXT people win the secondary titles, let alone the world title. And then you got your boy Moose going after Eagle.
Muth.
He ain't winning.
What percentage do you give Leon Slater a chance in winning against Oba? We just talked about Oba last week about how he should have beat Cody and they could have made him. And now you got Leon Slater, a TNA wrestler coming in who's on fire right now. Like, I feel like you can't listen to a podcast or a radio show or get on Twitter anytime this guy's on and people not talking about him.
I give him 0.0 chance to win. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know why, but what if though he just shocked the world and had a TNA guy win the title? Because Obafemi's ready for the main roster. It's going to be when.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre come out there and fuck him over.
Yeah, you could. So maybe not 0.0, 0.01. So, yeah. I don't know what you think. What percentage you think he could win?
Yeah, I don't think he's winning either. I don't think there's two ways to I don't like the match because I think Leon Slater's on fire right now and having him lose the title match is gonna suck for him. But I also think that Oba shouldn't have to sell to a guy that size if we're trying to make him a destroyer and a killer. Like, He shouldn't be. He should be wrestling a bigger man style where he's just dominating guys like that. But I also don't want to see Leon Slater get dominated. So it's like, it's up against between a rock and a hard place, I guess, with how I want the match to go. So this is one of those matches that I don't like being booked at all. And I think one guy's gonna come out on the other side not looking as good as he should.
Yeah, I agree. But with his own company though, like when you see Leon Slater getting thrown into the world title picture in his own company.
I mean, they could do that. Fucking Kazarian's the world champion. Like anybody could be world champion. No disrespect to Kaz. Like I like the American cigars him and Cody do and all that shit, but he's not a world champion.
Kaz, you don't think Kaz is?
Yeah, no, he's not a world champion. He's not world champion caliber.
After all the blood, sweat, and tears he's put into that
Nobody
company,
trying to
you
hear
don't think
that
he's a
shit.
world? Damn, I didn't know you didn't like Kaz like that.
Let's go back to SCU.
I mean, one's retired and one's on ROH slash. I don't know what's going on with Scorpio Sky. Like they kind of floating between ROH and AEW.
Scorpio Sky's had more comebacks than fucking, I don't know, Ric Flair. Like every time you turn around, he's off TV and then he's building a vignette with a different fucking. And the sad thing is, Scorpio Sky was so good and so over when AEW first started, and it's just like, even at
inaugural tag team champion, right?
Yeah, he had the fucking Laker TNT championship when he won it, and he lost that so unceremoniously and then disappeared again and comes back, then he gets hurt, then he comes back, then he disappears, and he comes back, and it's just like now he's running around with like 15 different people in a group with Christopher Daniels, who's supposed to be a babyface office guy, but he's a heel man. Like, I don't know.
No, hold up. I am a fan of Layla Gray.
She's injured.
Top flight. No, she got injured.
Yeah, she tore her ACL, I think, in that match against Mercedes. She tore her ACL, and then the next weekend she's in a bodybuilding competition or whatever and won first place with torn ACL. Now she's got to go get surgery.
I'm a big Layla Gray fan. Top Flight, Layla Gray, Scorpio Sky, Sky Flight. You said it. Chris Daniels is a heel manager. This is a babyface group, but I think that's where Scorpio Sky is mischaracterized. I think he's like a better heel / tweener.
Are they baby faces? They come off way more heel to me than they do babyface.
Yeah, it's a babyface group. Maybe they need to turn heel. Like you said, they kind of present themselves heelish in your eyes. But yeah, it's a babyface group. So I think Scorpio Sky just needs to be a dick. Cause remember him and Ego, what was Men of the Year? I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And they were with American Top Team.
And I don't remember which one of them got hurt that fucked it all up, but
I think it was Sky. It was Sky. Because remember they had Ego do some weird stuff by himself after that. Sky just can't stay healthy, it seems like. And then booking, like it's a combo between him not staying healthy and them not booking him well.
So I guess Paige Van Zant's not a wrestler anymore.
Yeah, she was there for like a cup of coffee. I was looking forward to seeing what she did in the wrestling world, and they just kind of gave up on it. I think she could have been like what Marina Shafir is now.
No, she ain't got the tough girl chops for that. She could have been good, but she wouldn't have been able to be a badass like that. She's too fucking cute.
I mean, I think she could like flip the switch and like be more mean.
When I say cute, I mean like she's too like happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? Like I don't think she has it in her to just turn all that off and be fucking mean all the time. C Fluid in the chat says, "Happy holidays, gentlemen. You as well."
Yeah, happy holidays. But yeah, I like the ATT group. I heard the reason why they didn't do it because it was Dan Lambert's decision. He's the head coach. He was like, I think we did all that we could do. He's like, I don't want to hit the run its course when it starts getting dull. So he's like, leave when it's hot.
Yeah, he wasn't that good anyway, though. So
I thought he was pretty damn good.
He was annoying. He was annoying as shit. I mean, I know you're supposed to be as a heel, but he was an annoying, like, get off my TV type way.
He was drawing heat. I don't think it was like X-Pac heat though. Like I think it was like Don Callis heat.
You could be right. I didn't like him. Like
I
maybe
just don't think you might fuck with him.
yeah. I just whatever. I was a fan of Paige Van Zandt being out there with him, but the rest of them, like I didn't care. I didn't care for her husband or any of them motherfucking no name UFC guys that were there. Like get off
I
my fucking
mean,
TV.
I think they had JDS. JDS, a former heavyweight champion. You just
No,
call him no name. That's
nobody gives.
disrespect. That's
Who?
disrespectful.
All right, there's people in the chat right now. Who the fuck is JDS? Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah, I mean, just because you got wrestling fans, you got MMA fans. Sometimes a crossover, sometimes
But it's a
I
wrestling
mean,
show. Don't nobody know that
that's
fucking
true.
guy. Give me John Jones or somebody.
That would never
Give
happen.
me George St. Pierre.
You're talking about like the legend creme de la
Give
creme.
me fucking Gina Carano. She got fired off of Star Wars. She ain't doing nothing.
She's about to her and Rousey's about to fight at the White House. So both of them were trash. So
Food in
that'll
the
be
chat says
interesting.
the former UFC heavyweight champion. You pulled that out of your ass. You didn't know that.
Yeah, people know JDS, and then they had like Andre Arlovsky, I think, was on there. They had some
Nobody.
champions, but sometimes it always doesn't crossover. But like I said, it got out while it was still hot. You don't want to run your course when it comes to shit like that, I guess.
Me as a wrestling fan, I have no idea who those people are besides Paige Van Zandt.
How do you know who Paige Van Zandt? Because I feel like she has like the least amount of name as the people they ran out there besides her boyfriend.
Are you fucking shitting me? She was the
We know
biggest
we,
name out of all of them.
we know how you know who Paige Van Zandt is. The part of the internet, y'all.
Actually, my algorithm said that I was in the fitness, travel, and sport team rivalries or something. Like that. It didn't say nothing about fucking ass cheeks.
Because she wasn't that good when she was in the UFC, so
She
she's
wasn't,
got
but
her
she was
name
popular.
off of non-UFC stuff. That's how you know her.
No, she was popular before when she was in the UFC. Before she started doing all that stuff, she was popular.
She was popular, but like it wasn't because she was good in UFC. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't care what the reasoning is. I'm just saying she was the name I recognized out of all of them. I didn't know any of them motherfucking people. That's
And
why
I feel like her
that's why
name.
it was boring to me.
She hadn't been. She was out of the UFC by the time she got to the AEW. So
Right.
we getting way off track. I'm just saying.
Speaking of off track, some guy in the chat just asked if we ever kissed a dude before. So
Can't say that I have.
yeah. Call me old fashioned, but I tend not to like kissing guys.
People these days.
Why do people come in random chats and just start talking stupid shit? Like trying to get your attention. I just gave it to them.
It's bored. Maybe they're lonely for the holidays. Hopefully they find somebody.
It was Junior Dos Santos. That's who that was? JDS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that name. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, but I do know the name.
Yeah. He was in there mixing it up.
Yeah, I feel like crossover MMA and wrestling fans would know the people that were with American Top Team, but if you're not deep into the MMA shit, you don't know who those people were. You just know a couple of them. So it was, and they were untrained wrestlers, so it came off as fucking like shitty. You know what I mean? Like they weren't trained to be on TV on a wrestling program, so they were talking over each other and running in circles with promos and shit like that. It got real convoluted and real boring and messy.
That's what they should have. If they were gonna do it, they should have focused on actually training them better in ring stuff. I agree with that part of it.
Let's get to we got a little things happening on Monday Night Raw. We'll start with your boy, Chicago Phil. Cut a scathing promo on Braun Breaker and his family. To the point where you thought this should be a talking point on the show today, EJ. So go ahead, get your shit in with it.
Oh man, he fried those boys up like some catfish in Georgia, man. I'm like, this is his best promo since he's been back. Like, where was this Phil been at the whole time? And you know what I think it is? I think Braun Breaker may have went into business for himself because for some reason CM Punk needs like a chip on his shoulder for him to go into that type of mode. Because ever since he's been back, we've been getting like happy-go-lucky Phil. It's a good time to be in this city and this and that. I think Braun Breaker may have went on some off-script stuff, so Phil was like, all right. He said, you fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, your dumbass uncle.
Bring the dog in here too. Fuck him. Um, I mean, we talked about this and when he was in AEW, like him coming out and being so happy-go-lucky and not mad. It was just, it wasn't hitting like Punk used to hit until Hangman Page pissed him off, and until Jungle Boy pissed him off. Then you started getting the real fucking CM Punk, and yeah, like you said, it's a great time to be in Atlanta. Like, shut up, dude. Complain about your boss or something. You know, we want the fucking curmudgeon CM Punk. That's why we like you. We don't like this happy-go-lucky, playing well with others type motherfucker. But yeah, I think you might be right. I think Braun Breaker bringing his wife up may have pissed him off.
I think that's exactly probably. I forgot about that. I think that's where it is. I think I'm talking about AJ. I think that might have made him mad. Like, all right. And then his dog dying, that probably didn't help either.
So Punk was fired up, which led to a main event where we finally got the identity of the Masked Man, and to the shock of absolutely nobody, it was Austin Theory. Talk about underwhelming. Now, I know it was reported everywhere that that's who it was and all the spoilers and shit. I don't put a lot of stock in spoilers. Like, I still like to think I'm not paying attention to that. Hopefully it's something better than that. But you got to give it time. You got to let it cook. But right now, it's like, Austin Theory? Like, ooh, you got a haircut and you look mean now.
I mean, like you said, you could chalk it up to the dirt sheets and whatnot, what didn't help. But when that leaked out, I'm like, ah, Austin Theory, and then it happened to be Austin Theory. Like, how far is this experiment gonna go? Because I don't know, man. He's got the look. I don't think he's all that in the ring. He's solid. I don't think he's all that on the mic. I don't know why it's not connecting. And I like to give wrestlers a chance. I know you were a bigger Austin Theory guy than I was, but do you think they could somehow write it so it ends up being good? Because right now, like you said, it's very underwhelming.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Theory. Not Theory himself, but Theory going with the Vision. I don't think it's a good fit. I thought the Vision were finally getting their footing. I think this could lead to a really good back and forth between Heyman, Breaker, and Bronson against Logan Paul, because it kind of seems like Logan Paul brought Theory in without telling anybody.
Wasn't Logan running with him and Waller for a little bit?
They were cool. I don't know if they were running together, but the way it seems is they really didn't know about it, and Logan Paul brought him in. So it'll be if this is the way they're going, it'll be kind of a cool dichotomy that Heyman and the rest of the boys will be pissed off, like, you just bringing motherfuckers in, like, you just got here, you know, like, we ain't even let you all the way in yet.
Speaking of Logan Paul, though, I don't want to get too far off track, but is he like basically full time now? Because it feels like they pivoted a little bit since Seth got injured. I feel like this is not the path that Logan's supposed to be on, but now that that happened, I wonder if they like reworked his contract or something, because he's been pretty much there every week.
He announced months ago that he's full time now. I think he re-signed like within the last year, and he was on his podcast. I remember seeing it all over like social media and shit. He's like, I'm full time WWE now. I'm not doing all this other shit anymore.
It seems like that conveniently happened as soon as he had a kid. He's like, man, I ain't trying to be here. This is baby crying. I'm going on the road.
That's fucked up.
That's what it seems like. It kind of coincided with that, but I'm just bullshitting around. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why they didn't start having him on full time until Seth got hurt, though.
I feel like he was there more than what you're giving him credit for.
What was he doing before he got brought into the division? I can't recall him being on TV like that before then.
Yeah, I get maybe he had taken a break or something like that.
So he was doing some things with like the Jelly Roll stuff, but then like after that, he kind of
he got a world title shot on Saturday night's main event versus Jay. Then they
Went
had that,
against Cena.
yeah. Then they had the tag team match, and
No, so maybe he
then
has been more regular because, like you said, the J stuff, the Cena. He's tagged with Cena, and then when Cena went face, he went against Cena at, was it Paris? Clash in Paris, he went against Cena again.
yeah, yep.
So yeah, maybe they just kind of ease him into it. Maybe.
Flew
What
in
he
the
said.
chat says the only reason why Theory might work in the Vision is that Logan might not be on TV every week. So kind of going along with what you were saying, I actually think different. I think Logan and Theory might run together as a tag team and go after the tag titles.
Is that kind of going backwards for Logan though? Like you said, he's faced Jay for the world title. Did he face Punk yet? No,
He's
he hasn't
fought
faced
Roman
Punk
for
yet.
the title. He
I
fought.
was gonna say, yeah, Roman for the title.
I don't
I want
think
to
it's
say he fought
necessarily
Cody,
going
but
backwards.
oh,
He ain't gonna
Cody.
win anytime soon.
Didn't he face Cody for the title? Like I think that was like one of Cody's earlier defenses.
Yeah, yep.
So going for the tag team title, you don't think that's a little bit going backwards though?
Not if the storyline dictates it. I think him and
Yeah,
Theory would be good together too. Like just a couple fucking real life dickhead douchebags.
they are that. I'll give you that. But it seems like they're just substituting Logan or Waller for Logan. Like it's the same, yeah, the same level. If you're Austin Theory, I feel like this move was trying to level him up. But if you just throw him in a tag team, he's right where he started from.
Well, I don't think we have much to worry about with it because we got Triple H booking and we all know how great he is.
That's true. But
Don't
yeah,
believe me? Ask MVP.
we could get into that, man.
So MVP, I like MVP. Don't get me wrong. And if you've ever heard this podcast before, you know I do not like Triple H. But it's starting to turn into a fucking like every week now. MVP's talking shit about Triple H. Like, enough already. Leave that shit to me.
He said, "Leave it." I kind of think it's funny.
Call that man the nose.
He did call me those. So yeah, so he was on, I think it was like a podcast or some type of online media, and they were asking him like the difference between Tony and Triple H's booking. He said Tony kind of allows more input, and he said Tony has the vision that he wants. He works with talent, blah blah this or that, and then he said where else the nose, he's a little bit more dictatorial, emphasis on dick. He said, this is what we're doing. This is how it's gonna be, and this is what I want. So I don't know. You don't think that MVP has a point as far as that goes? So,
I think he's got a point.
so what's the problem then?
I just wish he would shut up.
I don't know, but I mean, he does talk about it from time to time. Maybe not as much as like a weekly thing, but you hear his
It
stories
seems like
about
once
him.
a month he's talking shit about Triple H and WWE.
Yeah, but besides MVP saying that, do you feel the same way that Triple H is like a dictator when it comes to this stuff?
I'm sure he is. The same way Vince was.
But why? But okay, so 2022 around SummerSlam time when everybody was rejoicing on Triple H being in charge. If he's Vince at the end of the day, like, what's the big deal? Like, why is everybody celebrating him like that then?
Everybody like who?
The internet world, like everybody was rejoicing when he took the pin from Vince back
Because
in
they don't work
2022.
there. They just wanted Vince out of there. Vince was like running the company into the ground. It's hard to say that when on Vince's way out, like the bloodline was just getting fired up, which he approved all that, and they were definitely going in a positive direction. And then Triple H comes along, and it's like, when you're playing fantasy football, your running back breaks off like a 60-yard run, gets tackled at the 1. They take him out and put the fucking the replacement guy in, and he gets the touchdown. That's Triple H. Vince got the ball down to the 1. All Triple H had to do was not fumble, just fall forward, and he did. But now the defensive played good. The other team's punted. They got the ball on the 20, and your starting running back's hurt. Now you're the guy. Now you're starting to see he can't really do good pass protection anymore. Like, his hands aren't as good as we thought they were. Like, yeah, he scored that touchdown, but he doesn't have breakaway speed like what we really need in a running back. Like, he's okay. but he's not a superstar. That's what I think Triple H is.
But we look back at it though, hindsight, and it was like all this bloodline stuff happened under Vince, and it did when he was still at the head of the chart. Don't you think though that I heard it was like Paul Heyman doing the heavy lifting, and Vince just said do what you want and let Paul Heyman do most of the bloodline stuff.
Could be. And if you noticed, the last like year or so with the bloodline wasn't as good as the previous couple years once Triple H got his fucking hands in it.
So I think Triple H is more stubborn because Vince is old. So at a lot of stuff, Vince is probably like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want.
Vince,
so I don't
Vince
think
is busy with his cell phone. He ain't had time for that fucking booking meetings and shit.
I think, like you said, I think Triple H took more of a hands-on approach with the bloodline and not letting Paul cook like Paul should. Paul Heyman, that is, not Paul Levesque.
He wanted Cody to be the guy. He didn't want Roman to be the guy. I feel like Triple H, and I don't know this, but I just feel like Triple H has grudges with people and tries to act like he doesn't. Like, they can, I listened to Cena and Cody on Cody's podcast this week. They can try to put lipstick on this pig all they want to. Cena's run was shit at the end. Like, it made zero sense. I know there's other factors in it. It's felt like Triple H did everything he could to fuck that guy over on his way out.
I don't think he likes Cena like that because I think once Stone Cold and The Rock went their ways and left the business, I thought Triple H was rubbing his hands like, all right, it's my time to shine, and here comes along Cena to take the place that he thought he was gonna have. So I think he does have a little resentment in there for Cena secretly.
Yeah, he's definitely still got shit against The Rock, which the Rock is just like above him though. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Be mad, like whatever. Yeah. I just the stuff with the Hurt Syndicate. Your MVP's talking about that. Like, I feel like he holds grudges, and you've always said this too. He picks his favorites, and come hell or high water, he's sticking with them.
And that's kind of what we got on Vince for. So it's not that he learned under Vince. I don't know. I think when he took over, it was kind of a breath of fresh air because Vince was so out of touch. But at the end of the day, he learned from Vince. So even though he's gonna give it like slightly a coat of new paint, at the end of the day, he still got Vince's mindset, similar like a younger body. So he's not so out of tune, but it's still gonna be the same, like model basically.
Yeah.
And look at that now.
Where the fuck is Roman Reigns at? You talk about him. We were talking about Scorpio Sky earlier. Roman Reigns leaves just as much as he does.
Yeah, but we know Roman's part-time at this point. Shooting movies and stuff. He's got like 10 kids too. You got to take care of them kids, man.
Seafood in the chat says, I remember before the Mania in Chicago years ago, Triple H said in his promo that Cena was a trash wrestler. Triple H said a lot worse than that about people in promos before.
Wait, they had a Mania in Chicago after 13? I didn't realize they had that.
Yeah, it was Cena and I want to think Chicago was 22 with Mickey James and Trish. Really?
I could have swore that was like in L.A. or something.
No, Mickey James and Trish was 22 in Chicago. L.A. was 21. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Mania was Allstate Arena. Wow, that's probably like that has to be the last one before they went stadium, right?
Yeah, they started going stadiums 25, I believe. Maybe 24. 24 may have been the first one in the stadium.
Because, 19 was in a stadium, but it was a baseball stadium, the Mariner Stadium. Yep.
And then 20.
Yep, you're right. 24. You're right. 24 was Citrus Bowl. Yeah, it was the first one where they went stadium full time.
I can't remember. I can't remember what room I fall asleep in when I'm drunk, but I can remember what first WrestleMania was in the stadium.
Oh no. Okay, so never mind. 23 was the first one. It was Detroit when they're in the Ford Field.
The Superdome.
Yeah. After 22, they went stadium.
Fluid in the chat says, truth be told, Triple H was Triple H ever that guy? No, he never was. And I think that's always gotten to him. He was always there when somebody got hurt. He was never the guy. The Rock was always bigger than him. Stone Cold was always bigger than him. Kurt Angle was always bigger than him. And then when those guys left, oh fuck, here comes Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement. He's bigger than him. Undertaker was bigger than him. Okay, those guys are getting older. I got like 3 or 4 years left where I can finally be the guy. And here comes John Cena. Like, no, Triple H was never the guy.
He was always like a good foil, like the good heel to the guy though.
You know
He
what
was always
Triple
like
H was? He was a good entrance.
Was it that good though?
His
I mean, his
entrance was
mania
dope.
ones. I like to spit in the water.
Yeah.
I
It's
was a
all
Triple
about the
H guy.
game. I never was. I couldn't stand him.
I was a Triple H guy until he left DX. I like even like the heel DX until he went with Flair and started doing the evolution stuff. Then I'm like, I'm out. When they just had him
When he had
just
that,
running
the
roughshod,
stupid fucking what do you call it?
handlebar mustache,
Yeah, that stupid fucking thing.
mutton
There's a
chops
name
with the
for
mutton
it.
chops.
Mud
That's it.
chops. Yeah, this fucking guy. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I checked out during the evolution stuff. I'm like, all right, he's not my guy anymore. But yeah, man, I mean, it seems like he's got some thin skin when it came to the booze and stuff. We talked about it last week. He was getting booed by the fans with his booking with the Cena stuff. So he just seems like he wants to be liked for some reason. Vince never give a hell about being liked. Vince like, y'all can boo me wherever y'all want. I'm gonna keep messing around with my employees and getting this money.
Yeah, you notice they've canceled all them fucking after show press conferences where they let podcasters and shit come in there and ask them questions now because shit's starting to get a little tough around there and the questions are getting harder. They're like, yeah, fuck that. We ain't doing that no more. My booking's under question.
I don't, I don't understand because a lot of times during the end of Vince's run, he was just stubborn and just like to go with some of the old tropes. But I feel like Triple H has his ear to the street a little bit more. Of course, he's the last say, but they got like a room full of writers. How could you not come up with good stuff when you got a room full of writers? I don't get that.
Yeah, Triple H is just. We spent too much time talking about this fucking guy. The last thing I'll say, Seafood in the chat says people tend to forget when NXT was under Triple H and went to 2 hours, it went downhill fast. When it was an hour, it was great. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember them cooking. I remember like when they went to 2 hours. That's when they had the Wednesday Night Wars when they were going back and forth with AEW. Sometimes they had Beta. You might be right. That's when the quality might have went down when they went to 2 hours because they ended up losing the AEW. Excuse me, losing the AEW in the long run. So that might be where it could. Because yeah, he was good. You didn't like the NXT Black and Gold stuff when it was on the network before they went to USA Rucker.
It was all right. It wasn't my favorite.
I,
Like I thought it was. At the time, I remember thinking this is kind of overrated. Like there's a bunch of people I didn't know, and the internet was telling me all these people were great because they're from the indies and all that. And I don't really watch a lot of indie wrestling, so it was all right. Like it was fun to watch. That's how I discovered Becky Lynch and Mercedes was on that. I was watching it back then, and I saw Becky Lynch wrestle Mercedes. I saw the lead up to it for like maybe 2 months, and then when Becky Lynch switched to the steampunk shit, I was like, oh shit, I kind of like her. She's dope. I've been a fan of her ever since. I mean, who else back then did I like? Like I said, I like
like Joe and
Mercedes.
Finn Balor and all of them. Joe and Finn Balor and all, and Nakamura and all.
You know, I've never been a big Samoa Joe guy. Like he's solid. He's not my favorite. Like I think he's cool when he gets unhinged on the microphone and just like rips into people. But at the end of the day, I don't really care for Samoa Joe that much. Finn Balor was always good, but I didn't really start digging Finn Balor until he went back to NXT.
second round during like the pandemic and stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. I think Fluid in the chat he kind of has a point. Like it did go downhill after a while because AEW started beating their ass, but it was good for a minute. But that was also rumors back then that Vince was starting to get his hands in it too, though.
That's probably what happened too when Vince started getting his hands on it. But
Yeah.
I also like the post, like they lost a lot of talent when they went to the main roster, and then they kind of reloaded before the pandemic in AEW when they had like the undisputed era. I like that era. DIY. I like the black and gold era, but like you said, sometimes it may not be your cup of tea if you
Yeah.
I didn't follow the indie stuff, but like once they got to NXT, I did like my background check, and I'm like, okay, all these dudes got the credentials because a lot of them came from ROH too. I didn't watch ROH. A lot of people love that era of ROH, like during the Danielsons, and after that, Adam Cole's and the Bucks were there, and they had a lot of New Japan crossover in ROH.
I did like how they used to when they would sign a new person, they would have them sitting in the crowd at the pay-per-views. Be like, Shinsuke
Yeah,
Nakamura's in the crowd, and that would kind of make you go do research because the crowd would pop for him.
yeah. I remember Riddle being in the crowd. I think Adam Cole. I remember he was in the crowd. Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to like introduce them.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking of AEW on Wednesday nights kicking NXT's ass, we had Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, and Samoa Joe in the ring for a contract signing, and all of a sudden, to turn everything on its head, here comes the devil, MJF, comes out, cuts a promo on everybody, which I kind of wasn't a fan of.
Really, I
Yeah,
thought it was like speaking of promo of the year, I thought that was like up there too, one of the better promos of the year.
I just feel like that's a promo you cut on everybody when they're not standing face to face with you. Like everybody in that ring should have beat his ass.
I mean, it makes it even better. Like y'all ain't gonna do nothing. I'm talking all of this in front of y'all, and y'all still ain't do nothing. But you're
Right.
right.
That makes the three of
They
them look
should
like
have.
little punks.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit long-winded towards the end, but I enjoyed it. He said, "You twerking for the top dollar over there?" WWE. I don't know. For some reason that popped me for some reason.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But yeah, he cashes in his contract that he has, which I think we always talk about the dumbass babyface. I think this is a dumbass move by MJF.
Well, I think this was incredibly stupid, but the silver line. We always talk about how AEW got better with storytelling. I will give them this. At least he explained why he was doing it, but it's still stupid at the end of the day. But he explained why he's doing it, so I'll give him credit for that. But it's still stupid.
Yeah, but when did MJF give a fuck what other people thought about him? He just wants the title.
He said he just he's that cocky. Like you seen the villains where they get cocky for some reason at the end of the movie. Like you could have killed this baby face like or this the protagonist like 2 seconds ago, but
Yeah.
you want to go on this soliloquy. I think that's what he's doing. Like he's just
You
trying
want
to
to telling niggas how great you are and shit while this motherfucker recovering over here.
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying cause Hangman called his bluff, so he's like, I could do it, Hangman, which is still stupid. But yeah, at least he explained it. But yeah, it's stupid. I don't understand. Like you're putting your chances of getting the title down extremely lower by doing this. But hey, he calling his shot, so we'll see what happens. It does make it more intriguing because Hangman, Joe, and Swerve, they did that. They did that three-way right before Swerve won the title. They did a pay-per-view before that. So
Yeah, they did it at Revolution, didn't they?
yeah, they did a Revolution. So adding MJF adds a little bit more juice to it. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in next week at World's End.
Well, before we get to World's End predictions, we had a title change on Collision this past week.
Oh yeah,
Mercedes Moné's in a fucking. We talked about this when she started getting all those titles. It's like, how's she gonna lose them all? Though she gonna lose them at one time? Well, no, she's fucking losing them one by one and going into a tailspin. Loses her Rev Pro Championship to Alex Windsor this past week. She just keeps getting rolled up, man. She's it kind of makes sense too because everybody's bigger than she. Well, Red Velvet's not, but these women are bigger than her, so a little roll up she can't really kick out of.
Oh, I'm liking how this is the start of her downfall. She's gonna slowly start losing these titles, go into a tailspin. That's the only way she's gonna be able to win the world title. She's too focused on all these other titles. She has to strip herself down, go back to the basics, and then she'll probably win the title at Double or Nothing.
The only issue I have with it, I think it's too soon after Statlander beat her for her to start losing to all these other people. It kind of makes the Statlander win not as big as it should be.
I get what you're saying, but her winning, like when do you start it then? Like if the Statlander was kind of like the snowball effect to her.
Maybe you don't have Statlander wrestle Mercedes.
but that cat has been out of the bag, taken
Yeah.
out of the bag now, so can't go backwards. So yeah, maybe should have saved that match, but I think it's gonna be interesting to see who she loses these other titles to, because you kind of could get away with it with that British title because Windsor is British, so she could drop it to somebody, a local talent. But what about these other titles that she won? I'm curious to see who takes those off of her.
We will see, but they're definitely coming off. She's only got what, like 9 of them left now?
Yeah, yeah. She lost ROH. Now this one, she can't lose the Owen Cup, but until I guess
The new
whoever wins the
tournament
tournament,
starts. I
yeah,
mean,
the new tournament
nobody
starts.
else carries that fucking championship around like she
Except
does. Like,
her. Yeah, and if we're supposed to. It's only supposed to be for the symbolize the tournament win. Like, doesn't get defended or anything.
she said, "Nah, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm,
I'm
I'm
carrying
still the
it.
champ."
Yeah, so I'm definitely intrigued. And then I mean, we'll get into it. And she's got a title match this weekend too, or next weekend.
For the tag titles, right?
Yep,
Her and Athena.
Fallen Goddess,
Well,
forever champion.
let's get into World's End.
World's End going down in Chicago, Illinois. Back in Chicago, Hoffman Estates,
Mm,
Now Arena.
that's a
Yep.
good place to go watch wrestling at.
Oh yeah, then you go to wasn't that or All In was that you went to?
Yeah, All In was there, and then I went to All Out a couple years later.
And you went to Chicago and All Out?
Yeah,
I didn't realize you went to Chicago with All Out.
yeah, I went to All In before AEW, and then the night Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson debuted was at All Out. That was the night I was there.
I'm sure I listened because that's when Marty was still on the show. I'm sure I listened to it. For some reason, I don't remember you being in the building. That's dope. That was probably like the best
Don't
All
remember
Out
me
night.
being in the building.
I don't remember you
AJ,
talking about it. I don't remember you talking about it.
hold on a second. Ooh.
That's crazy. That's crazy you were there because that was probably like one of the best shows they had.
You don't remember Ruby Soho winning the battle royal, and as she's celebrating up on the top rope, there's a big sign behind her that says "Boot to the Face Podcast" on there.
That's dope though. What made you decide to go to that one?
I don't know. It was right after. It was a little while after COVID, right? Like, and
Yeah.
shit had just started opening up. And in my previous life, I was married. We would travel on our wedding anniversary, which was September 1st, and that came up again. And we had such a good time the first time, we decided to go down there again and did it. Then went to the All Out show, sat on the floor. As usual, wrestlers find me. Fucking John Moxley comes right next to me fighting, and Jericho's out there right next to us. Like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Crashed the fucking Conrad Thompson private event thing they snuck me in where Sting was there.
That's dope. Man, you should have hit me up. I would have came, even though like I said, I wasn't on the show at that point, but still, we were still cool back then. I would have came to that was only like a 5.5, 6 hour drive for me.
I don't know if I knew you went and saw wrestling and shit like that.
Yeah, man, I was already listening to Boot to the Face regularly at that point.
Yeah, see, there's the sign. I don't know if you can get
Oh
a
yeah, I
good look
see
at
it.
that.
I see it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I see
spelled
it.
wrong, but
Who
my
made
ex
who made that thought?
my ex did that with lipstick.
Oh,
We were sitting in the crowd, and somebody had made a sign, and they were passing out these fucking like advertisement signs. Somebody wrote on the back of one of those, so she was like, I could do that. So she wrote it, and then during the Ruby Soho thing, I just held it up over my head and walked across the back of where the hard camera was. And the next day I get on Facebook, and people are posting about it everywhere that I know. They're like, oh shit, look at that. Do you know who did that sign? I was like, yeah, it was me.
You gotta promote it a little bit,
Right.
Can't knock you for that, but that's dope. Yeah, I would have went, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
that was a
back
good
in
ass
Chicago,
show.
we went to because we had been to Chicago before, and we wanted to we wanted to go back to the Sears Tower to go stand on that fucking thing again because we didn't do enough of that, I guess. What else did we do? We actually went around Chicago this time instead, because last time we stayed in Hoffman Estates. This time I think we stayed at the main hotel this time, but we rented a Jeep and just fucking went around Chicago mostly. Like, I didn't do a lot of wrestling shit this time. We were just out there touring Chicago.
Chicago's dope. I wouldn't want to be there in the wintertime, but summertime, you're there in the summer. Like, it's really nice in the summer.
Yeah, I like Chicago. Chicago's one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, I like Chicago
It
too.
ain't nothing like that shithole St. Louis.
Hey man, I'm not from there, even though it's like the closest big city to me. I'm not gonna defend St. Louis like that, but they got some spots around there I like. But yeah, All Out is gonna be there December 27th, so next weekend. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ruby Soho. For those listening on audio feed, he's showing me a picture. Ruby Soho, and in the background is the boot to the face. Spelled with T-O instead of with the number.
Hey, he got it done. Look, Rick Moxley walking right by me.
Yeah, that's dope too. I wonder who he faced. I can't remember who he faced in that one.
I don't remember who he fought either, but this is awful audio. But for people that are watching, this is why you should tune in more to the YouTube when we're live. Yeah, there's a lot of Daniel Bryan came out, Adam Cole came out, Christian was the damn TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Sting and Darby fought. There's me fucking with Jericho and somebody fighting right behind me.
Chris Jericho beat MJF at that booking.
Yeah, that's who that was. They were fighting right behind me. If you notice, I had a mask on because they were still making us wear masks inside.
But really?
Yep.
Moxie faced a New Japan guy, Kojima.
Yeah, some shit I didn't care about.
Damn, Ruby Soho beat Thunder Rosa, huh?
Hey, it was. I remember the thing I remember most about this was the crowd interaction because we were in Chicago, and I was talking so much shit about CM Punk because I don't think Punk was with the company then, was he?
He went against Darby Allin.
Yeah. Okay. So I was talking so much shit about him, and I expected people to get mad at me because we were in Chicago, and everybody around me was agreeing with me. They were like, "Yeah, fuck CM Punk. Like, he's trash."
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. But you've been drunk with me at a wrestling show before. You know I get a little out of hand.
Hey, so all in good fun. But World's End, man. Next weekend, Hoffman Estates at the Now Arena in Chicago. So far, they have 6 matches announced. We know this ain't gonna be the final form of this pay-per-view. It's gonna be like 5, 7 more matches announced on Dynamite and whatnot. No, I don't know though, because they already shot them. Well, the Collision's shooting tonight. They shot Dynamite yesterday, but it's not gonna air till Wednesday. So somebody would already put these up here because I'm looking at Wikipedia. So fingers crossed they don't add too many more matches to this, because we don't like being up till 1:00 a.m. because I'll be watching this on the East Coast. I'll still be over here in South Carolina watching this. So I have to feel your pain of being up late watching these.
Is it a Sunday or Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Okay, I'm not worried about it then.
No, man. I'm getting old, man. I'll be falling asleep when it's too late. Like I ended up finishing Collision, but I fell asleep my first go around watching Collision yesterday when I got home. But it is what it is. But let's get into this, Rucker. Let's jump into the Continental Classic. It's gonna be the Blue League versus Gold League, and right now, I guess this is a spoiler alert. They got Konosuke Kiteshita in one of the final positions versus the Gold League qualifier. Do you think it's gonna be Kiteshita or Feel?
Takeshita.
And then the other Gold League qualifier versus the Blue League second place. I'm going to go off in the limb and say it's gonna be Okada versus somebody.
We got to end up with Okada versus Takeshita though, right? Like, it's finally.
That's what I'm saying. I'm picking Okada to win that matchup, and then so both of us, I guess, are predicting Okada versus Takeshita in the final. It's gonna happen on the same show. Who you got?
I think this is the year Okada doesn't win it all.
New champ?
Yep.
Takeshi's gonna be double strapped up because he's the New Japan World Champion, and he's gonna be. I, I'm with you. I think I'm gonna get Takeshi in this one. This is what we've been waiting for. The future versus the now. And I think Takeshi, like I've said before, I think he's top five in ring guy. And so I think this will only propel him higher in people's eyes. So yeah, I'm going with Takeshi as well. Woman we were talking about earlier, Chris Statlander, your champion, versus another one of Chris Rucker's favorites, Jamie Hayter, for your AEW Women's World Championship.
I'm crazy, but I'm picking Jamie Hayter.
Really?
Yeah.
I would be surprised if she won for some reason.
Yeah, I don't think Statlander's like a long-term champ. I think she's a transitional champ.
I don't think she is either, but I think they're gonna force it for her to be a long-term champion. As much as I've been enjoying AEW this year, for some reason Statlander ain't clicking for me. I don't know why. I'm gonna go with, but I'm gonna pick her because, like I said, I think they're gonna force her to be a longer champion. I think she'll probably drop it at Revolution. I'm gonna go Statlander in this one. Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Athena and Mercedes for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship.
I don't think it's a question of who's going to win this match. I think it's who's going to get pinned.
I think Athena's gonna be looking up at the lights. Oh, I don't know. Not of this down spiral though. I don't know. Now you got me thinking, double thinking. I'll let you go first.
I think Athena's going to freak out on her for getting beat again, and that's going to start beef with them. And I think Athena's going to get her win back eventually, maybe at Revolution versus Mercedes. But I think Babes of Wrath are winning.
Yeah, I got Babes of Wrath. I think Mercedes is gonna get pinned, and it's gonna be more of a downward spiral for her. So it'd be interesting. So you said you think Athena's gonna get pinned or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Okay, so we're both on the same page.
Yeah, it's going to lead to Athena fucking attacking her or talking shit to her and them getting into it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Mercedes is gonna get pinned somehow, some way. Well, last one that's been announced so far: four-way match for the AEW World Championship, and this is MJS cashing in on that Casino Gauntlet. Samoa Joe, your champion, versus Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page versus Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. I I don't know if this is as cut and dry as people may think it is, but I'll let you kick it off.
Is it elimination?
No, just straight up first man who gets the pin wins.
I think Joe keeps it.
I was leaning to that, but I'm gonna go MJF. Surprise win. That's what my heart is telling me. My head is telling me Joe though, just because I don't think they want to have Joe as a transitional champion. But if it like, it's gonna make MJF look stupid if he doesn't win. So I'm gonna just go with MJF, not pinning Joe. I think he's gonna pin like Swerve or Hangman in some nefarious type of means. It's gonna be interesting though. But that's the end of the card.
The end of the card. I feel like it's going to be like 10 more matches added to it.
Yeah, definitely. So we may throw our picks out there on social media once they add matches to it. So
yeah, it's a little inconvenient timing with the holidays and them doing double tapings and they're overseas and shit like that. That is one thing that, even though AEW pay-per-views are always good, I feel like they wait till the last minute to book over half of the pay-per-views all the time.
that's pretty annoying, especially when we have a show to do.
Yeah, and so there's no story going into it either. It's like, oh, great, this is a good match, but why do I give a fuck who wins? Like, they haven't had beef with each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's some other stories that have been bubbling up. Like, we got Ricochet still out there. Like you said, I don't know why they wait so long to announce him, but yeah, that's annoying. But it is what it is.
As far as NFL picks this week, you know, the NFL's going on right now. We made our picks together.
But we still got some more picks to do though. But until next week's show, you want to go through those real quick?
Yeah, I was gonna say we could pick college real quick too, since the playoffs are underway.
Well, I don't have that in front of me,
I got it.
but
I'm looking at it now. You got Indiana and Alabama. Indiana better fucking win.
yeah, I got Indiana.
Texas Tech and Oregon. I think I'll take Oregon.
Yeah, I got Oregon.
Georgia versus Ole Miss. Obviously, I'll take Dogs.
I got Georgia.
Ohio State versus Miami. With Michael Irvin on the sideline acting like a goddamn crackhead.
Kissing the coach and stuff. I got Ohio State.
Yeah, I do too. I had no idea Indiana beat Ohio State.
Yeah, they did in the Big Ten championship. Indiana, they must be got that NIL money out of the Wazoo because that's not a football school. That's
Right.
a basketball school. I don't know how they got so good, but can't say it on nefarious means because you could actually pay the players now. So I guess they just got good NIL deals. I don't know, but yeah. Um, are these going towards like our official picks for the year? We can't just
No,
throw
we
college in there.
were just fucking picking.
But okay, so for our last week's picks, I went 13-6, and you went 11-8. We both did well overall. I'm 148-76, and you are 133-91. So, I mean, he's still mathematically in it. Like you said, we already picked some of the games, but we still have like half of the games to pick. So both of us picked the Chargers. Both of us picked the Bills over the Browns. We picked the Chargers over the Cowboys. Both of us picked the Titans over the Chiefs. I got Bengals. You got Dolphins. You got Jets. I have Saints. We both got the Vikings over the Giants. I have the Bucks. You have the Panthers. You have the Jags. I have the Broncos. I picked the Falcons. You picked the Cardinals. We both got the Lions over Steelers, and we both got the Texans over Raiders. We still got Sunday night, Monday night, and next week's Thursday night games and Saturday night games to pick. So you want to run through those real quick?
Give me the 49ers.
Hold up. We skipped Sunday night football.
Oh, my bad.
Patriots and Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Patriots as well just because they'll be mad at last week's loss of the Bills. Monday night, like you said, 49ers and Colts.
I'll go Niners.
You don't like Phillip Rivers? You don't think he did well coming back? You don't think he did well for not playing in 5 years, even though he didn't win? I think he's just solid, but I'm not picking him. I'm picking
all the fucking
49ers,
quarterbacks in the world. They went and got old man Rivers to come off the fucking sideline and try to get them to the playoffs.
That goes to show you what kind of talent is out there. You gotta call out Phillip Rivers, but Thursday night football, Christmas. I don't like how NFL's trying to take over what NBA had on Christmas. Like that's kind of whack to me.
Yeah.
Like you got Thanksgiving NFL and you're trying to take over Christmas too, but our Cowboys at Washington at the Commanders.
Commanders.
So you giving up hope again in the Cowboys.
Wow, I'm not picking the Commanders. Sorry. Fuck that. Give the Cowboys.
About to say, I got Cowboys as well. Lions at Vikings. Give me Detroit. Yeah,
It's
I
not
got
even
Detroit.
close as the Lions.
Broncos at Chiefs. I'm taking Denver.
Denver.
Saturday night football. Well, Saturday football. I think the night game is last, but the 4:00 game. Texans at Chargers.
Chargers.
I don't want to pick Houston. I'll go Chargers as well, just because at home, even though Houston's favorite. Ravens at Saturday night football at Packers.
Packers in trouble.
So
I'll
you're
go
picking
with
Ravens.
I'll go with the Ravens. I'm sorry.
Man, I was going to pick the Ravens. We got to pick something different. I'll go Packers.
All of our day games are different for the most part.
Yeah. Yes, maybe I'll go Ravens too then. You convinced me to stick with my Ravens pick. I got Ravens. And that takes us to the end of our picks.
Well, we appreciate everybody that was in the chat today, except for that one guy.
F that guy.
Yeah. I don't know. He might want you to, the way he's talking in there. We appreciate everybody in the chat. We appreciate everybody listening. As always, follow us on all our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine. Please like and subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. And for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. Merry Christmas to everybody. And congrats to the New York Knicks on winning the NBA Cup. That doesn't even count, but we got T-shirts, so whatever. But yeah, for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been another episode of Boot to the Face. Until next week, peace.